Well, hello guys. I'm just gonna turn this music down. I'm playing a little Pokemon, but I have to shoot a vlog because. All right, so this is 260. Forget if this is 260. Forget if this is 265 or 266. I think it's 266. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Messages and Social Radio Show. I'm your host, Mike Mo, here on a Friday night. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another one of these. I'm just playing Pokemon at the moment. I'm in Celestial Town in Shining Pearl. So I have some interesting news to tell you guys. So because of all my hard work, and a bunch of good stuff that's been happening with me, I actually am moving to the sales floor at work. This is actually pretty amazing. I'm actually going to sit up so I can actually vocalize this a little bit better because you guys cannot hear me worth a damn. So I'm going to try to prop you guys up right here. So yeah, I got the sales floor job at work. It is big. I didn't know I was going to get it, though. It was kind of a shock. I did ask around, but I didn't know if it was going to go through. So eventually, apparently I did that little audition, that nor'easter, that during that night, during the nor'easter, and apparently the head honcho that we had come in that day was really impressed, and I'm actually very happy that I am getting to do that, and that is gonna go part of my upgrade. It's an upgrade at work. It's a little bit more territory to take care of. So yeah, I just wanted to just tell you guys that this is huge. I've been at produce for about 1.5 years now, and this is pretty big. So I am huge. Haven't told any of my friends yet. I will. But I'm gonna do a Facebook post. I'm pretty sure, you know, all the learning prep and community would be happy for me to move on and, you know, come over after I've overcome, you know, over the last 2 years. It's really been my dream to want to move up faster because Target took me like 6 years to get to the sales floor. I actually, yeah, it took me like 6 years to get to the sales floor. Technically, I'm on sales floor, but I'm in the freezer, in the box. And it's kind of a niche thing, and it's kind of boring for some people. And it is boring because I have this little oval of a thing. And it's kind of really wacky. It's really kind of wacky how this is actually a preview of what my work looks like. It's blue and yellow. And, you know, that's one of the products we carry. You know, it's a small little oval type. These are some scallions. These are some scallions right here. Mushrooms, not the psychedelic kind, not the druggy kind, but yeah, but yeah, I have this teeny little oval, and the sales floor is much bigger and the pay's better. Hopefully I can get the ability to run the scooter maybe, or whatever else. It's going to be fun. I just have to do a drug test. I just have to piss into a cup, and then I have to train a little bit. And then I'll bump up my pay, but I'm not going to be able to do it in, but we already have hollow drivers. But if I can learn how to, I want to learn as much as I can in 3 years. And sticking to produce is great, but it's not my cup of tea anymore. I feel that I've learned what I've needed to learn, and I am proven that my efficiency is good, and that I can. My manager said, "You're really killing it in here." And he did it around, and he didn't do it around my other guys, so my other guys didn't get the wind of it, and such. So the other thing is, my dad, for those of you who don't know, my dad's actually a cop. So yesterday, I got to see his new P320 9mm tactical setup, and it's pretty darn cool. I got to hold it. I got to rack the slide. I got to do whatever. I got to turn the light on. I got to look through the red dots. Pretty cool looking thing. You guys know I'm into firearms, and I actually like firearms. I'm more of your, I'm the guy who who follows all the laws and everything. So, you know, the rule is you take the mag out, you rack the slide a couple of times, make sure it's all clear, and then you lock the slide back, and then you can point and shoot, and then you can point. You cannot, though, my finger, your finger cannot be on the trigger. It has to stick outside the trigger guard. It cannot go in. My dad says it doesn't matter if it's loaded or not loaded. You got to act as if it's loaded. My dad was actually pretty, and my dad goes in front of the muzzle a couple times. And I'm like, "Dad, you're not supposed to go in front of the muzzle. It's not loaded." I'm like, "Still," and he goes, "Good man, good man." He knows. So yeah, I did that. It was pretty cool, and it was a bit of a it was a nice end of the day, because to hold that thing, because the fiasco that happened beforehand was even better. So I rarely lose things. Actually, I'll get to that in a minute. So I got to see the 9. He's at some point we're gonna go to the range. He's gonna show me how it runs, because my dad's gonna have to qualify every couple of weeks with it, every couple of months with it. So yeah, you guys know me that, you know, I own something like that. So this is not a real gun. This is a Dan Wesson. This is a Dan Wesson, and as you guys can see, I'm going to point this in a safe direction so it's not hitting me, but you guys can see those chambers are empty. So, and when you close the cylinder, you close it with the crane and index the cylinder to make it properly indexed, make sure it's hitting there. Now, the only reason why this has it is because this has a movable, you guys can't see this, but this is a movable forcing cone. That's to give it better, seal when it's, I'm just gonna put it on safe so I can't pull the trigger. When I put it on safe, this real revolvers do not have do not have a safety on them, but this one does because I like it this way. And I actually took my glasses off one day when I was handling this, and this 4-inch barrel is huge. Like, this thing is gargantuan. It's quite the hand cannon. It's got a nice, little, side picture. It's pretty cool. So, but you guys notice I'm not pulling the trigger. I'm not, because I have to treat this as if it's loaded. Now, it does have it deactivated. It does have CO2 in it, but it is not active. Yes, the grip does come off. It's plastic. It's PVC plastic. It's kind of cheap, but it's so when a police officer takes it out of my hand, he's like, "Oh, it's not a real handgun. He's like, it's not a real handgun. It's not a real handgun, boys." So I can't lock back. So I always do this when I show it in a video. I mean, I can cock it back, and I can make it single action. That's how you technically do it. Now, you can only do that when there's not a round in the chamber. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And my dad used to have a 357 like this way back when, and I remember him cleaning it one day. It's not blued. They don't make it. This is not blue. This is kind of black. But you guys can see, it's nice. I've actually put a 38 in this. It holds a 38, but does not hold a 357. This is more of a 38 revolver. This is more like a Model 10. Got a nice rib barrel. And when I held it, it felt like this. This is about 2 pounds. This is what the gun felt like. It was very nice and light. Very cool. Very cool. I'm not aiming it at, I'm not going to aim it at my $650 iPhone that doesn't need to get destroyed. But yeah, this is how you have to hold a revolver. This is how you have to hold a revolver, because if you don't, it'll jump out of your hand if it's real. But you guys notice my finger is on, it's in the trigger guard. It's above the trigger guard or in front of it. It's a pretty cool piece, and reminds me of the 357-38 my dad had when he was in police duty years ago. So, and you see how it manually indexes the cylinder for me because of that little bump in the forcing cone. The little arm that turns the cylinder, you guys can see it snicking out. That's the little arm, the little nub that holds the cylinders back here, but it's not, it holds the cylinder when it's latched in place, but you still don't want to cowboy this, because you guys know what cowboying, it's when the idiots in the film do this and they whack the gun shut. I cannot do that. I don't like doing that because it really damages the gun. I don't really like to do that, but you know, you'll see the guys put the bullets in, they'll go. I don't like doing that. I always close my revolver with the crane. It just, what that does is that allows you to close the cylinder. It allows it, actually I like to put it a little further because I like my cylinder to index. Don't ever put your fingers right here. And so it indexes, and it's got a little bit of a wobble because it's not the greatest forcing cone, but it's tighter than others, but if there was a lot of shake in the cylinder, it would mean, but it keeps it pretty good in place. That the seal in it's pretty decent. So there's no firing pin. There's a little transfer bar here, and there's a little nub right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a little nub right here that hits that little valve You guys can see it in there. That little valve that actuates the whole thing. So, all right. I wouldn't trade this for the world. Great gun. I've had it since 2014. This is now year 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I've had it about 6.5 years. Yeah, 6.5 years, because, well, actually, no, I got it in October of 16, over October of 14. I got it in October of 14, so I've had that gun for 7 years now. Next year will be 8. Which is great. I also have a Dan Wesson, which is 2 years older than that. I got that in 2016, and that gun's about 5 years old now, and stuff like that, even though Dan Wesson's been around since, well, eons. Well, I have to tell you guys, go from the gun story to the most embarrassing story of my life. Now, I don't usually lose a lot of things, and I don't usually do a bunch of silly stuff. But yesterday, yours truly put his phone down near a box. That was, what I did was I lifted and lifted, I put my coat, I must have tilted my coat, my phone fell out of my coat pocket into a box that was intended for a restaurant, and they must have put the product in there thinking it was a tracker or something. And I went pretty much the whole day trying to search high and low for this thing. I thought I left it in the bathroom. Somebody left it for service. And I sat there and I said, I probably have to get a new phone now. I didn't want to have to pay up for a new one because 11s are not made anymore. And I wasn't paying up for a 12. And I have this clip. I didn't have this clip on me yesterday, so that's what kind of cost me the made in Mexico. Well, at least it's plastic. Hey, it's made out of the same stuff the pinata. It's made of the same stuff the pinata stuff is made in. Well, hey, you know. And cigarette cases, fake cigarette cases. That could be another thing. But yeah, so I had to go home. Well, we went to the Verizon store. They were useless. They're like, oh, we can't track the phone because the phone. And even if we did, we couldn't track the phone. Blah, blah, blah. And then the guy was completely useless. And I told my mom when we went back in the car, I said, Mom, we're not going back to the Verizon store ever. We're gonna go to the Apple store if we have a problem. Will they be any more helpful? And I said, yeah, they will. So, yeah, I forgot to put the rounds back in. Yeah, I forgot to put these are my Dan Wesson rounds. These are my Dan Wesson rounds. Those are BB. If you guys can't see that, those are BBs in there. So I can defend myself against whatever. So yeah, so I ended up, so they were useless. They will reactivate the phone and you're going to have to do this, come back tomorrow. And I said, yeah, I'm going to have tomorrow, buddy. I'll have tomorrow, buddy. I can't get over here. So my mother's like, is there any way you can track it? I'm like, this one. I'm like, deactivate it. You're going to have to do this. Told Dad what to do and see what he thinks you should have done. And So what ended up happening is I turned find my phone app on my iPad, and it showed it to be at Turnpike Street over in Southeastern. Turns out it was an Italian restaurant. Do I find the irony in all of this? You guys know I'm 25% Italian. You know my grandfather's Italian. You know that I pray for him every day. Was it not the smallest of things that an Italian restaurant, the produce that the Italian restaurant had, actually contained my cell phone? They called my work, but my work obviously wasn't privy enough to tell me where the heck it was. We could have saved. I could have gone to the restaurant. The restaurant actually knew the restaurant actually had it in their office, and they knew it was Restaurant Depot. I actually have to, when we get the chance, apparently the place that found it is actually a pretty nice place, and the hostess and the owner of the place said, come anytime. My dad actually went over and did it, and I actually owe my mom and my dad actually dinner for finding it, and might not be a bad idea to celebrate my new job. When I get it in 1 or 2 weeks on the sales floor. So we're gonna have to celebrate it at some point, and it might not be a bad idea. Plus I gotta thank those fine people. I have to remind my dad. Apparently it's a really good Italian restaurant. So, and it's a very good Italian restaurant because they're honest people. Italians are some of the kindest and some of the most wholesome people you will ever meet. They're full of life, and they are amazing people. They're always looking out for each other. They're very family-oriented. My grandfather taught me that. But I just sat there while I was taking a shower. I said, Grandpa, thank you very much. Thank you, the Italians, for being such a cool race of people. Thank you. It could have been some thug. It could have been some thug life over in Brockton that had it. But to have the Italians have possession of it and actually call my work, that's awesome. Somebody at the front desk has some explaining to do, but you know what, Father over there, I have the phone back and I'm able to record to you guys. It is a good thing that I didn't have to record a vlog on Thursday night, because I wouldn't have been able to do it. So, and I think this is 266. God damn it, 267 tomorrow. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to tell you guys that for the Italian restaurant that found this thing and actually made the call, honest people, there are some good heart people. They just didn't toss this and mash this. I thought somebody turned it off when they found it. They actually found it in their car, and they actually turned it off when they found it, which made it harder. It would have been easier than I would have been able. But you know what? I had the My Find app, and I was able to do whatever with it. And it was good because the place opened at 5, so we were good. It didn't shut. So if I went any later, my mother's like, we're not going back there. We're not going to spend another dime, blah, 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 blah. And she was right. We're not going to spend another dime on the phone, because I've already spent like $200. Well, I've spent $108 on the $108 paying it off, and then I paid $250 for the AirPods, which I'm never going to lose. And then I've got $650. So the phones cost me $800, $200, $650, $800. So the phones almost cost me almost $200, $850. So the phones almost cost me $1,000. So almost cost me $1,000 to own. I'm actually very thankful that they didn't do that. That they were honest, because if it was anybody else, they'd be owing $1,000. It'd be a misdemeanor. It'd be a felony. It'd be grand theft. Well, it wouldn't be grand theft. It would be theft. It wouldn't be a misdemeanor. It would be a theft. So thank you to the owner of Leandro's Italian restaurant for getting me my phone back. I'm so thankful for the Italians right now, and for my family actually, you know, working together and going to the place and you know, going to the place and doing it. I actually have to write me that thank you card because it is family and it's kind of fitting, kind of hilarious. I got my ass chewed, obviously, for not having my clip, but, you know, to have it end that way. And it was a very good day. I was not worried one bit. I'm like, I'm going to be able to find it. But I said, you know what? I'm going to find this goddamn motherfucking thing. And it looks like I did. My mother's like, I don't know how you did it, but you did it. You're amazing. So I thank my dad. I thank my mom for keeping me calm. I thank my intelligence. And I thank the Italians. And I thank the Italian restaurant people. And I thank the human race for making my day whole. Even though it could have been a complete train wreck if I didn't start. What I did is I shut it out. I said, I'm just gonna find it. If it's a lost cause, it's a lost cause. I'm gonna have to tell Verizon, whatever else. I sat there, I said, I'm not giving these. After having the conversation at the store with this guy, I said, you know, I'm not gonna give them a dime. And thank Apple for their Verizon app. And I know I chided Apple. I know I chided Apple years back, but you guys are got to be the bomb. You got to be the biggest bomber makers in the world. You guys got to be the bombers. You guys are the boomers, man. You guys are good. I'm glad to be part of the iOS crew now, because if I did this with a Samsung, I'd be fucked. So, oh wait a second, did I swear on screen? Yes, I did. I'd be effed up right now, and I'd be $2 grand poorer because I'd have to pay off that phone, pay another $50, and I'm like, goodbye. And even though I had insurance, I'm like, I'm not paying $50 for a replacement. Plus, I'm gonna have to do an upgrade fee and all this other bullshit. So, you know, it's like, so it worked out. It worked out. I'm not going to pay Verizon another red cent. No, a red cent after that. So for now, because till they restore my faith, in their abilities. But you know, I just thank the Italians. I thank the Italians. I thank the life. I thank my brain. I thank my mom and my dad and for taking his time. He put his life at risk. If it was a low-life asshole that had it, Dad wouldn't have risked it. So, but being a police officer, you know, he would be like, oh, it's a misdemeanor. Dad would have told him, oh, it's like 600. You'd owe me $1,000 and a misdemeanor trial and all this other clambering crap. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna give this one to do. Currently charging it, so that's the reason why I couldn't move it. But yeah, I hope you guys learned a lesson today. And I learned a lesson. It's the first time that I've misplaced something. I've misplaced a phone, and it is the last time I'm going to misplace a phone. So, yeah, I'm lucky it was a bitch. It took over 8 months. It took over 8 years. It took over months to save up for the phone, and, you know, it kind of suck if I couldn't, you know, couldn't protect my investment and also remember how to think outside the box, because most people I know would have been like, oh, I'm going to have to pay you $1,000 more for the phone. I'm going to have to spend this. I'm going to have to do that. I'm like, oh yes, and thank you Learning Prep, and thank you to my counselors for making me think outside the box. Thank you very much. Also, thank you the world. So, all right, guys, I'm going to do this one to do. And as everybody, long live America, God bless America, long live our freedoms and our rights. Amen to the Italians. Amen to my school for making me think outside the box. Thank you for all my friends for giving me the power. And thank you for my friends, past and present, and all the souls out there that we've lost either to COVID or natural causes. And also, thank God, and thank God that there's fine, honest people out in the world. Thank you, God, and good night, everybody. I will upload this very soon. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I'm going to be recording 6 to 67 tomorrow. It's probably going to be gear change show. I don't know when it's going to be on. It's probably going to be projected from my phone because I have to figure out some issues with my machine. So, and I have to turn my volume down and be able to talk. I have to do some testing 133s. And then on Saturday and then Sunday morning, I'm gonna record more Pokemon. And then yeah, I'm gonna record more Pokemon, and then 2 more episodes of Pokemon. So I'll have so I'll have my first gym beaten, obviously off screen. On my first gym beaten off screen, obviously, and I may be on to the next town or the next gym. Before you know it, I might be in Eternal City before you know it. So, and be beating that gym, which will be a piece of cake because of my my firemate being part of that. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in 267, the Gear Change Show. Peace out, and I've got weird hair. I have to get it cut before my new job change. I'm gonna have to get that Monday. God damn it.